Checks are coming. Real checks are going out to Americans right now because states are saying enough is enough. It's time to do something since the federal government hasn't sent any new nationwide relief to struggling families. This morning, tax rebates and property relief payments are already on the way in several states. And depending on where you live, you could be looking at anywhere from a few $100s to well over $1,000. And this isn't just one state. Multiple states are sending money to residents right now. Look at this. State stimulus and rebate payments, summer 2026. Which states are actually issuing money? And which ones are just internet rumors? This is the question a huge number of Americans are asking right now. And the good news is we've dug through the actual state programs to get you the real answer. But before I begin, all I ask is a quick favor. Hit that like button. It takes 2 seconds. All right, let's get into it. Americans are struggling. There's no doubt about it. Inflation, housing costs, utility bills, it's all adding up, and the federal government still hasn't moved on anything new. That's exactly why a number of states are stepping up for their own residents. Now, before I get into exactly which states are sending money, I want to ask you something. If you support states sending relief payments to residents, write yes in the comments. If you think states shouldn't be doing this, write no. Simple as that. Remember, if you don't say anything, nothing changes. Now let's get into it, because this is important. Here's the truth up front, and I'm going to give it to you straight the way I always do. There is no new nationwide stimulus check. If someone online is telling you a $2,000 federal payment is landing this month, that is not backed by any law, any budget, or any Treasury announcement, and state officials have actually been warning people about scam texts built around exactly that claim. So forget the noise. What's actually real is a handful of state-level programs quietly sending out serious money to residents who qualify, and most people don't even realize they're eligible. Let's start in New York, because a lot of people qualify here and don't even know it. The STAR program is New York's school tax relief benefit, and it's very much active right now. Most homeowners who qualify for the basic STAR credit are looking at payments between $350 and $600. But here's the big one. If you're a senior and you qualify for enhanced STAR, you could be looking at anywhere from $700 all the way up to $1,500. That's real money back in your pocket. And if you're a New York homeowner, especially a senior, you do not want to sleep on this one. Now let's head to Pennsylvania, because this one just got bigger. Pennsylvania expanded its property tax and rent rebate program for 2026, and the maximum rebate is now up to $1,000 for qualifying residents. The income limit was also raised, now sitting at $48,110, so more people qualify than before. This covers property taxes or rent paid the previous year, and residents can track their application status through the state's MyPage portal using their Social Security number and date of birth. But listen closely. The deadline to apply is June 30th, so if you're in Pennsylvania and haven't checked your eligibility yet, you need to move on this fast. Next, let's talk about New Jersey, because the combined benefit here is honestly one of the biggest numbers on this list. New Jersey is running its Stay NJ and HR programs together, and for qualifying homeowners, seniors, and disabled residents, the combined relief can reach up to $6,500 a year. A second round of payments started going out in May, after earlier installments were paid in February. If you're a New Jersey homeowner and you haven't looked into whether you qualify for both programs, this is worth checking today, because leaving either one unclaimed means leaving real money on the table. Now over to Oregon, home of one of the most talked about state refund programs in the country, the kicker credit. Under Oregon law, when the state collects more in taxes than it forecasted by more than 2%, that surplus has to go back to taxpayers. This year, Oregon is returning more than $1.4 billion through refundable credits tied to what residents paid in 2024 state taxes. The rough formula is about 9.863% of what you paid, and Oregon's Department of Revenue has a What's My Kicker tool on its website where you can estimate your exact payment. If you're an Oregon taxpayer, this is free money you already earned coming back to you. You just have to know to look for it. Let's talk about Colorado next, because their Tabor refund, also known as the cash back payment, is being funded out of a $1.7 billion surplus this year. If you filed a Colorado income tax return or applied for the property tax, rent, or heat credit rebate, and you meet the age and residency rules, you could be eligible. One thing worth noting, because of potential legislative changes, future Tabor payments could shrink, so this year's payment might be more generous than what's coming down the road. And finally, Michigan. Over 700,000 families have already received checks averaging $550 through the expansion of the state's Working Families Tax Credit, which mirrors the federal Earned Income Tax Credit. The good news here is you likely don't even have to do anything extra. The credit gets automatically calculated and folded into your regular state tax refund if you qualify. Now, I want to clear something up, because a lot of channels are getting this wrong, and I'm not going to do that to you. Georgia made headlines the last few years for one-time surplus tax refund checks, but for 2026, the state has shifted strategy. Instead of another one-time check, Georgia permanently lowered its flat income tax rate to 5.19%. That's not a check landing in your mailbox. It's more take-home pay in every paycheck going forward. And on Alaska, you've probably seen videos claiming the permanent fund dividend is going out this month. Based on the most recent reporting, the 2026 PFD, which is expected to be around $1,000 plus an additional $200 energy relief payment, is currently projected for October 2026, not July. So if someone's telling you in Alaska a check is landing this month, that claim doesn't hold up against the latest information. And I'd rather tell you that now than have you disappointed later. So here's the honest picture. These are state-by-state programs, not a federal check for everyone. If you don't live in New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Oregon, Colorado, or Michigan, you're not getting these specific payments. I'm not going to sit here and tell you money is coming if it isn't. But here's why this still matters, no matter where you live. Nearly every state runs some version of a surplus refund, property relief credit, or working family tax credit, and the majority of eligible people never claim them simply because they don't know the programs exist. So here's exactly what to do. First, figure out what program your state runs. Search your state name plus tax rebate or property tax relief 2026, and only trust official.gov websites. Second, if you're a homeowner in New York or Pennsylvania, check whether you're actually enrolled, because in both cases you have to apply or register. It doesn't happen automatically. Third, if you're in Oregon, use the official kicker calculator to see your exact number. And fourth, no matter what state you're in, never pay a fee to unlock or claim a payment that's supposedly yours. That is always, without exception, a scam. If this video helped you figure out what's real and what's not, smash that like button, share it with someone in New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Oregon, Colorado, or Michigan, and subscribe to the channel. I track every one of these state programs so you never miss yours. A lot of you have told us you're not getting notified when we post, so make sure you hit subscribe and tap that bell icon so you catch every video the moment it goes up. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one very soon. Until then, take care and have a great day.